What's up, guys? This video is directly for Peaches and Jazz, and I can't say exactly why. Don't know exactly why, but I was moved to address both of you, so this is it. Jazzman, when you were talking about basically the uselessness of knowledge, you would probably butt heads with Ty Lopez. He seems to have an affinity for that kind of thing. But yeah, knowledge, at least how it's traditionally defined, which is like set in stone facts. It should really be called beliefs. I mean, knowledge and facts, and how convoluted our society is, there aren't a lot of facts around anymore. There's internal knowing, or intuition as you call it, Jazz, but facts, I've become jaded to the very word fact, and knowledge is a similar thing. Knowledge is a more of a pure word. Fact is a scientific nonsense word. And Peaches, like Peaches was saying, or Tiffany, the future is the past. It's just mind regurgitated past. At least their future, whoever they are, the jinn or the dark spirits or the energy whores or energy vampires. It's for them that history repeats itself. It's not for us. For us, the past isn't even real, and the future isn't even real. At least for me, anyway. Those are fictional concepts. The present is living, and we are living in it, and we can never escape from the present, and it creates as it goes. It's not even attached to this notion of future and past. Those are ridiculous concepts. Those are control mechanism concepts, and like the clock is not linear. It runs in a fucking circle. The time is not linear. It runs in a circle. Even the idea that time is linear is a stupid notion. The fucking thing just goes around and around. The week comes and goes, and Monday's back around again, and then the seasons come and go, and then sun goes around, or Earth goes around the sun, or whatever it's pretending to do in the I'm not sure if you guys care so. I mean, Jazz, you were saying in the other video that you didn't so much care anymore about the shape of the Earth, but as far as deriving our concept of time from planetary movement, it's cyclical and circular. It's not linear. That the linear notion of time is incorrect to begin with. And then if you just take your own self and look at where you're at, and you find that you're in the present moment, and that you're always in the present moment, and that you're never anywhere else besides the present moment, then you see the clock as simply a tool. It's a tool where you can meet people. It enables you to meet somebody. Right? Hey, let's meet at Starbucks. I'm gonna go meet somebody today at Starbucks, and I need the clock in order to do that. I don't have to have the clock. I could call my buddy up and say, hey, let's meet now, and then hopefully we'll arrive in a similar time. But it's as Alan Watts would say, time is a social convention, and it obviously doesn't exist. aside from a social convention. And sorry for all the wobbling. It doesn't exist as aside from a social convention, and it's there for that purpose. And of course, it's there for control. You know, your alarm clock goes off, and you're all alarmed and upset, and you got to rush off to do some mundane bullshit that doesn't matter at your mundane bullshit job that doesn't matter for mundane bullshit products that you can buy that don't matter. And it's just easy to see. There are practical things in life that people need, and then there's the incessant consumerism, toxic, disgusting shitbag that everyone has glued their minds to via the TV programming. It's just ridiculous. There's some people that are awake within the dream state, because this is still a dream state. It's not. I'm not under any illusion that this is that physicality is something so grand. I mean, it's beautiful. Physicality is a, you know, life itself is perfection at the level of creation. It's just that it's also built in with it the capacity for darkness and for manipulation, and that's just that's part of what makes the play interesting. Tiffany, your emotions don't scare me. I know you're mentioning that some people get freaked out by you being open and honest. I like it. I like it when people are not suppressing their emotions. And when people are not trying to like produce an emotion for somebody else, because when I was in my relationship with Kimberly, she always was upset that I wasn't producing the right emotion. And so that gave me guilt about not being able to do that. And so I just shut myself down to the point where I wasn't producing any emotions at all, because I viewed them all as weaknesses. And I viewed them as tools to be attempted to be manipulated with. Which they were to an extent. I mean, we manipulate each other through emotions a lot. So I've come to a point now where I don't experience these emotions like other people do. I do experience emotions, but the primary emotion I'm experiencing is anger. Just rage against the machine, you know. And yeah. So. And Jazz, I love how you're just you're just innocent and carefree. I like how you are. When I'm feeling especially pissed off or dark or angsty or upset about the situation, I like your videos. They calm me down. You know, Realm Chief. It's I appreciate both of you. And yeah, that's about it. I'm trying to think of if there's anything else I would like to discuss with regard to you two. Tiffany, whatever you're going through with your ex, I'm going through the same thing. To an extent with my ex, which is very fresh, well, pretty fresh since December. And I remember you said something about how you know all his stories and he doesn't know any of yours. That's the same thing with me. The way she is and her family it's all the same thing on endless repeat. And if you're a person that is alive and doesn't like doing endless repetition, then you must fake giving a shit when they say the same thing a billion times over and expect you to genuinely appreciate it or genuinely respond. So maybe that's something of what you're going through with your ex-person. it's what I've always gone through with her and her family. So yeah. So this is purely made in appreciation of the Jazzman and Tiffany, aka Peaches. Sunny Peaches, I think it was. I appreciate both of you, and there are many more. I probably watch both of your videos more than any of the other ones, because your videos are not agendaized like some of the other ones, or yeah. So anyway, that's about it. Yeah, take care of yourselves. Thank you, Jazzman and Peaches, for existing. Know that there are people who share your mind and the atrocities and the idiocies, the idiocracy that we live in. You know, there are many, many, many of us that are not with it at all. In this world, but not of it, is a perfect description. So, take care, people, and I'll see you in the next one.